Welcome to the Linear Audio Lab.
We're here to have a look at one of your latest design. What exactly is it? What have you made this time?
Oh well, it's not rocket science, but it's a very neat thing. It's a power supply.
Now, you know, there are many power supplies in this world. Why go through the pain of developing this yourself?
You can buy a lot of power supplies, but I always want something that I can tailor to my own requirements.
It's a small PCB.
It's a small PCB. It provides plus or minus 15 volts that most people want for the analog stages, like in a DAC or in a preamplifier at 150 milliamps. But it also provides 5 volts for let's say the digital part on your equipment, on your DAC, for relays or for a DAC or for LEDs or whatever.
The first question always is, you know, switching our supply and audio, will that live together? You know, will it work together?
Oh yes, it is. It can work together. The situation is much different than 5 or 10 years or even 5 years ago, because there have been a lot of development. Switching power supplies are now can be as quiet or even more quiet than a traditional power supply, where you have a power transformer and a rectifier, where you get very high peak currents that radiate from the wiring. You get all kinds of junk from the mains. One goal of this little power supply is that it doesn't need any connection to the mains.
Okay, so you're using it in combination with a power bank, or what?
Yes. You can run it from a USB charger, from a 5-volt USB charger. The same thing you use for your phone, or a power bank. You know, these power banks, you can buy them for $10 now, and they give out 1 or 2 amps for a few hours. Yeah. That means you are completely separated from the mains, so all your problems with ground loops and mains-borne noise are non-existent.
You've got the clean output on voltage.
You can also run it from a battery between 3 and 10 volts if you want. But the basic use would be through a power bank or USB charger.
So 5 volts goes in.
Yes, 5 volt goes in.
And
on the let's say the quote digital output is normally 5 volts, but there's a jumper, and you can also set it to 3.3 volts, which is sometimes needed. Or you can even set it to 6 volts, and then you can do a local regulation on your equipment down to 5 or 3.3 if you want. Want to. Yes.
And then there's also 15 volts coming out.
Plus or minus 15 volts at 150 milliamps. That is provided by very low noise linear regulators, and they suppress all the noise from the switching regulator by a factor 1,000. Even at 1 megahertz. Well, those new chips, they are basically developed for mobile phones. So they do not radiate, they are very efficient, and the linear regulators, they are very quiet. They suppress all the switching noise from the switching regulator. And the other thing is that, of course, I spend a lot of time in laying out this board in such a way that all the quietness of the chips is not lost because of bad board design. And that's my input to
that goes back to my first question: why not buying it? Because if you design it yourself, you have full control
over
quality.
Everything. I can imagine that it would be very useful for a lot of people. So, you know, if you're interested, let me know, and we'll see what we can do.
Linear Audio Lab, also for your power supplies.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.